Hey, what's up, Crazy Z? How you doing, man? Welcome, everybody. Stream 3 of Season 9 Anvil build series. Good here on a Monday. I'm exhausted. Scarly, what's up? How you doing? Fighting a CPU battle at the moment. Mine under tier 2. Ooh. That's that battle right there, man. Stay strong, sir. Stay strong. Hey, Morris, how's it going? No, completely asymmetrical this time around. Completely different style. Different method of starting the build. I started from the entire frame. I have yet to do the inside, so trying something different. Like every build, you have like problem areas. Continue to mess with it till you figure it out. All you can do. Leave it alone. Come back to it sometimes. If you get frustrated. I'm actively trying to get comfortable with transitions, and some of them, like, I'm having a really hard time. I've always had a really hard time accepting certain transitions. Just, yeah, it's just really hard for me. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, my issue with transitions isn't knowing the blocks to use, it's more what I accept. And, you know, you guys know I have a real issue with the lighting and the way it hits certain angles, and like it really bothers me. Um and that's part of the reason why I have such issue with transitions. While things work, it just doesn't look good to me. It looks horrible to me. It drives me nuts. So I don't accept them, and I'm trying really hard to be like, you know what, like, get over it, like, it's fine. You know, I see builds like you know, like J Randall, Crazy Z, Loose Decor, just, you know, they're amazing looking builds, but if you look closely, it's like a lot of the transitions drive me nuts. But they work overall, and it's hard to accept that when you're halfway through a build, or when you're just starting the shaping. Like, it's hard to accept that, you know what, it's gonna look great at the end, calm down, just let it happen. But in the moment, it's like, I can't do this. I can't accept this transition. You know what I mean? Like this works, but I can't accept it. It looks crazy to me. So it's, you know, it's things like that. Hey, Carthanis, how you doing? Yep, trying something new, mixing it up. A lot of times too, it's good to, like, just to proof yourself, just do a carpet base coat. You kind of get a better idea of shapes and how they look, versus the lighting kind of playing tricks with them. Yeah, Cardenas. Yeah, I mean, like most of my builds, especially CVs, I've always built the hangar first, and then I've put all of the cargo extensions, and I've put all of the production, and I've laid out the rooms and kind of figured out what I want to do, and then from there I've encapsulated it in the fuselage, and that's why a lot of my builds do end up kind of, you know, on the brick side, right? I try to make them look as good as I can after the fact, and I try to put things, but then I get real over conservative with wasted space. I'm like, well, I can't put this big wing there because there's no point to it. I've already filled everything up. So this has given me a bit more freedom. I've almost overcompensated in some space, and that's actually accidentally caused me to have a little bit more, I guess, style to it or whatever. And I've always wanted to do an asymmetrical build, so I think this is kind of good. But what we learned in the last stream was that the thrust doesn't... it's not cooperating, so we need to... we probably need to move some thrusters around or give some extra thrusters in order to allow... I'm having trouble with my left turning, and that's because I think the forward thrusters are on this side. So when I go to turn left, there's nothing on this side to kind of push it with the side thrust. So I put these here, and they helped a little bit, but they didn't help a lot. So I might need to move 2 of them over here. That's what I was kind of thinking I might have to do. So we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and turn this back to default here. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it's something I've got to be really aware of. I hate it when equipment doesn't texture. They need to give us more 22-degree things. Like everything they have, like flat blocks, all these great half blocks, they're all 45s. We need 22. I mean, they gave us these, which is cool, but no, we need like... Thanks, Scarlet. it's experimental. It's still not public yet, so I mean, it's not a stable branch, but it is available to the public if you want to do experimental. But just right-click in your library, go to I think properties, and then go to the end and opt into beta, not beta, opt into experimental branch. Yeah, I don't do experimental just because, you know, I know that stuff changes so much that I don't like to yeah, I don't like to get committed to some of the stuff and then like it changes and I'm upset. I think the wing looks a bit better. I like the transition. I think it works because at first it was this weird cutoff and I didn't like it. So now it kind of looks like, and I made it bigger so it's a little more substantial. So it kind of looks like it belongs there, whereas the other one kind of didn't. Yeah, I'm happier with it. Well, I hate that. That goes like bigger than it should be. It's smaller, I guess. I guess it'd be smaller. Kopesh. What's Kopesh? Tell me more. I wish there was a way to drop the landing bay. If it would have more power, it would be cool. If there was a way to drop the landing. Oh, like have it like drop that. That would be cool. Yeah, pistons and rotors, man. That would be freaking amazing. I agree. Because now, like, now that I've been playing a lot of Scrap Mechanic, I'm so piston-minded. I'm like, ooh, if I just could put pistons on this, I could move this apart. Like I want to separate the thing with pistons and then, yeah, like, do stuff like that. That would be really cool. All right, so let's go ahead and test that. Let's get committed to this moving the thruster thing. So because we're gonna move two of them, we're gonna obviously probably put these in the center, I think. That'll give us an opportunity to kind of make something cool with that too, I think. Be able to dress that up a little bit more. Dragon's gonna send me a link when I'm in stream. I love it. What's it mean, bro? Just tell me. Oh, that's all you had to say. Alright, cool. I'll check it out. There you go. Look at that. Boom. Right to the left. And that's the same key that killed. Sorry about that, guys. Mouse to turn. Yeah, look at that. That fixes the issue. Yeah, I mean, I don't want this thing to, like, you know, it's not a fighter. So I don't need it to do a lot of pitch, and I mean, this is enough for a CV, right? Like, I'm fine with that. This isn't a fighter. I just need it to, yeah, I need it to perform about like this. Like, this is fine. Good mid-level. This is the unlock level 15 person CV. Like, this isn't some big thing. Now, I think that I probably need to put a bit more downward thrust. It's taking a lot for me to bring this thing down. That's probably pretty annoying when you're trying to get on planet. Yeah, I'm happy with it, dude. That's awesome. Alright, so we need to get some more downward thrust in here. So what's our CPU at here? And we're over 3. We're over flippin' 3. Flippity flip flip. How did we get over 3? Oh. Got all this stuff in here, right? Alright, what's our... Do another test. Alright, so our power is only 40%, right? I feel like we could nix one of those generators. Well, let's turn on the shields. $62. Up and down, left, right. Use 3 sets of thrusters. Yeah, I mean, it's... I can't get it over. I think we're good. Let's get rid of one of these generators. Yeah, I don't like that. That's pretty close. Damn, one generator did all that. Okay, yeah, I don't like that. Once you get into the 80s, then you start calculating what if the constructors are on? What if you know, what if they're doing this? What if they're doing that? What if they're firing weapons, you know? And now if you go over, you're literally risking this thing like blowing up even, right? And we're gonna have to stick with that. So we have the shield in here. Maybe the situation where we use the lesser shield. How much is the lesser shield? So 33,000. Yeah. Questions asked. The tier 3. You want to get the super epic Uber shield, then make it tier 4 and do that. Wait, what is that? What the? Is that new? Alright, they kept the ugliness and just made it smaller? I'm confused. What is this? Is this the same one? Tier 1 polarized shield, so... Well, that didn't fix much. Alright, what are we still missing here? Jeez, even these thrusters are freaking expensive. I need to add more. a damn problem, man. Yeah, exactly. If you're fighting weapons, like, damn it. I really didn't want this to be a tier 4. Alright, so then I guess the next thing is, do we need this much thrust? We need this much forward thrust. Can we get away with less here? So let's do another drive test here. And it's instant max speed, like, a lot. Probably, let's try to get away with half that and see. I mean, we are still in creative, so. I guess gonna look. Yeah, I mean, that just, look at that, that just drops it considerably there. So, I mean, you really have to sacrifice for, you know, I mean, I can still turn left. Still turn right. I mean, it's still, you know, it still performs. I'm not losing any down or upward thrust, which is, to me, the most important, especially when those things are going to be full and stuff. Is it annoying to turn? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But I don't know. Now, is this a situation where I have two choices? I could make this just really cool and make it a tier 4 and say screw it. Or I can give people the option to upgrade to tier 4 and kind of leave some of this stuff empty. Or I could really say screw it and try to go down to tier 2. Just nix these big thrusters altogether. These big thrusters are really the only reason why we're at this point here. And now that I've lost so many of them, like the style of them is kind of lost the style. You know, it looked really cool when I had 4 of them, and you know, 2 was passable, but now it's just kind of eh. I don't know. I'm not liking it. Let's see how it goes if I just take these completely out and put mediums in their place. Also look at the actual power these versus the other ones here. So it's got a force of 200 meganewtons, right? Versus these, which are 20. So you would need 10 of these to equal 1 of these. CPU is, I think, yeah. See, I think I said this 2 patches ago that that's stupid, but whatever. You should get more from these. I don't know. It shouldn't just be a direct upgrade like that. Like, it shouldn't be exact. Kind of lame that. No, it's not a combat ship. This is a multi-role mid-level ship. And I'm now gonna try to bring it down to tier 2, so it's gonna be even more mid-level than it was before. I was kidding myself trying to say I'm gonna get to tier 2. There's no way. I would have to get rid of so much more to get to tier 2, but thrusters are still the biggest culprit. I mean, look at that. It's really no... Yeah, thrusters are just expensive now. Okay, so let's change the survival. It's been a while, sorry. Alright, we gotta actually exit the game. Otherwise it won't take effect. No, not yet. I do have to add down thrust, so we haven't done that yet. But now that we have some more CPU to mess with, we can do that. Alright, so now we're actually in survival mode. Weights and volumes is a part of everything now. So we can properly kind of test what we're doing here with the fuel, with all that stuff. Well, the fuel's not really important because I haven't really implemented. But yeah, it definitely moves really slow and sluggish. We could definitely benefit from some more thrust kind of all the way around. Like I'm doing full mouse pad revolutions here to get her back. But let's look at our actual values here, right? So we can achieve max speed to the left. We can achieve max speed right. First thrust. Forward thrust. 30, 40, 60. Down. Let's let go. Catches itself. Alright, good. So now we're gonna we're gonna add some stuff to the cargo here. We're gonna see we're gonna get Promethium. Highlight my message for 100 channel points. Someone's got to explain these channel points to me because I have no idea. Somebody enlighten me on that. What is it? What is it to add for? All right, so well, that's not even close to what we need here. Okay. Oh wait, it was elevator blocks, right? Alright, so we're gonna fill both controllers. About that, that's fine. So the fact that it didn't fall down is a good sign. The fact that it's catching itself is a good sign. So I like all of this, right? Now this is standard G. This isn't like, you know, a high G planet or anything. So you definitely want it to be a little better than you need. So, you know, it wouldn't hurt to maybe add 3 or 4 more upward thrust. It wouldn't hurt to really add thrust all the way around a little bit. You know, maybe 2 of these mediums all the way around. I'd probably get some better performance here. So I like that. Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, all in all, I mean, it works pretty good here. So from those of you that didn't realize that, you can change, you know, your creative game to survival by just typing CM space survival. And you do have to exit the game and come back in for it to actually work. Otherwise, it'll say it's survival, but it's really not. And then from there, you can do item menu and do your God mode stuff, but you're in an environment that has weights and volumes and has all these things. So you can actually test your build properly. Because when you're testing it in creative mode, like there. Yeah, so it's just a good way to test, and then you can always go back by CM creative And then I don't think you have to exit the game and to go back to creative. It just works. Now we're back in creative, and there shouldn't be waits. Yeah, it works good, I think. It isn't working. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. Oh, my I don't get it, man. I got a brand new keyboard and the crouch button just always sticks. I don't know why. My old keyboard did the same thing. And I think it's Empyrion. I think Empyrion has some lock key for that button. And I'm just always suffering from that. Alright, cool. So we get to waste them screwing around with highlight messages. Channels have mini games where you can gamble points and lose them. Yeah, let me know, man. If you guys want to implement games and stuff, I don't mind, dude. That'd be cool. Let me know, and I can get Bone Dog or somebody to implement that. All right, so I think we definitely bought ourselves some more CPU here, which is really cool. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we got a lot to play with now. We can kind of have some fun here. Oh, see, it's off. So yeah, you do have to exit. I know, maybe you don't. Maybe it's off. That was a good thing. Did we break our leg? No, we didn't. No, we didn't, sirs. Drink some lovely tea. Sorry, bro. I don't think there's gonna be any lovely tea here. Restart this amazing soundtrack. Alright. Cool. So now we know what we gotta do. Freaking do it. We're not in creative mode. Whoa, it still says survival. Love It's Blind, how's it going? Yeah, this is... Switch to creative. I don't understand what's going on here. Why do you still say survival? Something's wrong there. Not good. Yeah, I can't do creative stuff. Creative mode. Oh. Okay, weird. Oh no, we want those. Okay, so we're gonna move these up. How you doing, love? All right, Stuber, catch you later, man. Good luck at work. Speaking of Kiwis, I don't know if you guys have seen this YouTube show. You know the guy that does Olaf for Disney's Frozen movies or whatever? He's also from, I think, Jimmy Fallon or something. He has this show called World Apart or something. Something like that. And he basically gets all these reunions going on in Zoom. And I watched the Lord of the Rings one. It was freaking amazing, dude. Like, he got the entire cast of Lord of the Rings. And, dude, it was immense. It was so cool, man. Like, it was really cool. But he's done that for, like, Back to the Future and, like, some other really cool movies and stuff. It's really cool. If you haven't seen that show, man, it's totally worth checking out. It's really cool. Like, seeing the, yeah, this is not in creative. This is so not in creative. This is weirding me out. I don't know what happened with that. Can't do that anymore? That's stupid. But yeah, like the Back to the Future one was cool. I don't know. I gotta look and see if he's done any others, but some really cool episodes. I'm gonna turn this down because I can barely hear with this music. Yeah, so Clericus. Yeah, so usually when I build a ship, and I'll give you an example here. When I usually build a ship, like what would be a good CV to, I mean, I guess the rebar would probably be the best thing to set that example. Like so with the rebar, right? This ship was completely built from the inside out. You know, the first thing I built, and this is the Mark III, right? So we're going back to like the Mark I. Holy crap, let me turn on the signal. So, you know, I built the hangar first. Because basically when I was going to make the CV, I wanted to know that it could fit the mutt, right? So this was back when I had first done the drill pup mutt. Which, yeah, this guy, right? So I wanted to make sure that I can carry this thing around in this. So I literally, like, you know, whoa. I literally had it in here, and I was like, okay, it fits, and I literally shaped it so that I know I could fit the mutt in here, right? And then I was happy with it. I'm like, okay, you know, let's build this roof around it. Let's put the doors that I need to go in and out. And from there, I just kind of, you know, built within it. And, you know, the first iteration of this is, I don't like it as much or whatever, right? But basically, I wanted to also make this a drill ship. Because, you know, it was carrying the drill pup mutt, and I wanted it to be a drill ship in itself. So later on, you can add the drills and make it a full-on drill ship. All you would have to do is change the cargo to ore and wood. So in the Mark III, you know, they brought the shield, they brought, you know, they brought these other things in here, and it was like, oh god, how am I going to fit all this crap in here, right? And I was able to, luckily. You could fit the shield in here, like, but every single block is accounted for. There's not one extra block in here. That's a thruster. You know, all this stuff is just literally either container extensions or, you know, blocks. Like, I can't fit anything else in here. And I enjoy that. Like, I love that. I love that I'm not wasting anything. I'm more of a minimalist at heart. But the problem is when you're done, you have to encapsulate it, and you tend to build bricks. And this is a brick. I would say it's probably a really pretty brick, but it's a brick. I mean, it's shaped a certain way. You know, if I was to put wings on this and do some extravagant thing, I would feel like it was wasted. So usually I build from the inside out. With this build, which is interesting enough, is this is kind of the first time I've done the opposite. So, well, I guess the Saber is a good example of me doing the outside in, but yeah, I've kind of created like an outward, and now I've got to cram everything in there. So when you do that, you're never going to get it exactly right? So you're going to have some extra space. But I think that's gonna allow me to do some, you know, maybe some more design stuff and make things look a little better. And, you know, we're doing the asymmetrical thing and everything, so I think this works out. I think this is actually going to be to my benefit to try to test this. So I would I think when you first start building, I think the best method is to do this, go from the inside out, because I always say this, function over form, right? Your build successfully working in your game is going to be way more satisfying than having something really amazing that doesn't work. You know, you can pull half the stuff off the workshop and half of it's not going to work for you in your gameplay. You play differently than anybody else. So what benefits you is to build something that's going to solve your in-game problems. And when you do that, it's way more satisfying. It's way more fun of a game to just build stuff in survival and kind of learn as you go and customize things to your liking. It's so much fun, I guarantee it. And so I would do that. And then if you want to get into more stylish, building for the workshop type stuff, which is great, a lot of our community does it and has a lot of fun doing it, then you can kind of get into the other aspect. But that's after you learn the shapes. That's actually, that's after you learn on the transitions and what looks good and what doesn't look good, and then you can kind of get an idea as to how to do that. But it's really frustrating if you're going to start by making something look really cool and then it doesn't move, especially now with CPU, with thrusters, with all these crazy things going on. Most people are going to get really frustrated. So I would definitely recommend the Inside Out. Thanks, Firebrand. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, for sure. I still got to work on my orbital over there. That's my space station that I got to finish up. I haven't finished it yet, so. But yeah, I mean, building for yourself is what's the most fun in this game. Things look really cool in the workshop, and it's fun to look at them and stuff, but there's so many ways to play this game, and when you can solve your own problems through building, that's what this game's all about. That's where this game shines. Right, huh? Hey, thanks for that follow. I appreciate that. Oh, it's so frustrating. Like the large thrusters look so much better. Like it's so annoying that I had to get rid of. That hurts. This doesn't look good either. No. We know we got 8 thrusters, right? Let's do something else. So this is an unlock level 15 size class 1 at the moment. It might go up to 2 probably after we fill it in, but yeah, I mean it's a multi-role mid-level CV. Kind of your starter CV, I guess. For me, it's more realistic that you're gonna get to level 15 before you get off your starter planet. I mean, unless you're just racing to get off of it. I'm not sure. I haven't played the latest update or whatever, so um, it might be a different. I don't know. I guess it depends on your role, right? Like whatever you end up doing in your gameplay, but. Oh, this whole thruster blocking thing. That looks so stupid. Urgh. I need yeah. I mean, I'm less worried about the unlock as I am the CPU. This will be the first CPU tier 3 and above CV I've done since they implemented CPUs. Oh, I don't have a choice. Okay. Well, I could do this at least. All right. I'm in love with that. Hey, Ice Wolf, how you doing? Yeah. Nice. Are you driver? I'm not sure what that means. Person who drive car. It shows power of his machine. What do you mean cover engine? I mean those? That's just protection. That allows, you know, if you get shot from the back, you got... This actually has a good amount of hit points. $1,200 hit points for these. And these are the only things that you could put in front of thrusters that are allowed. Yeah, I want that protection. Plus it gets rid of that glare. That glare from the, that drives me nuts. Now that's the last I heard. I don't know if they've changed that, so don't take my word for that, but it's not hard to just remove them, right? But from when they first started the CPU, that was the story that, you know, put those. We still need upward thrust, and we still need what the? Weird. Alright, so we got that. Now we need probably over here. So I gotta figure out what we're doing with this transition here. Uh-oh. Kind of important. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe, I mean, yeah. Tier 3. There's no way I can get to tier 2. It's just not gonna happen. You like how it turns out? Can you try and do a tier 2 version? What? Dude, not gonna happen, man. I'm at 1,000,000 right now. And that's with the crappy medium thrusters. Like, there's no way. Like, I would have to... The only way I could do that is if this was gonna be like a... Oh, I don't even know how that's possible, to be honest. How much are these, I would have to get rid of the cargo. That's only 80,000. Look at the thrusters alone. I mean, that's a... it just wouldn't perform. I wouldn't be happy with it. Because of the size of it, and it has to push, yeah. I'd have to make a smaller ship. Yeah, there's no way around it. I mean, this is not even like a lot of thrust for this. It's still gonna be a bit sluggish. It will have to be a smaller ship. Exactly right. I don't know what happened with these thrusters, but they're not painting or anything, so I gotta like replace them. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right, right? Like, you gotta... Tier 2 ships are starter ships. This is not a starter ship. It's mid-levels. I mean, it's on the low end, but, you know, you still gotta go out and get those weird things, right? Which I kind of can't wait to see how that whole thing is. Like, I can't wait for the Let's Play, because... I'm building everything in-game, too. Like, I'm building everything in survival. So the way I'm gonna try to do it is... I'm gonna do my Let's Plays on YouTube, right? So I'm gonna do episodes on YouTube, 30 minutes. And then when I have to do a build from the Let's Play, like be it my starter hover, whatever, we're gonna stream that. So we're actually gonna stream that. So it's cool. It'll be like it'll be the same Let's Play, and I'll be able to both stream and YouTube it, which I think's better. I think it's better for you guys to get like the half-hour episodes and stuff of the actual Let's Play, so that way you don't miss anything, you know. And then I find like if you miss one stream, not many people are gonna sit there for 2-3 hours and watch a stream. You know what I mean? Versus like just watching an episode. I think it'll turn out better. I've never really done it before, so it'll be new for me, but I think it'll be good. What did I just do that for? Yeah, I think it'll be good. Well, like this one has 2 complete 320k cargo systems. Everybody does their cargo a bit differently. I don't know. I might even add more cargo. Because input and output are 2 totally different things, right? Your output never has to be that much. Because, whatever you're crafting, you're probably using right away, right? So I don't think it's important to have like this huge box of output stuff, right? It makes sense to have a full 320k cargo input, because that's where all of your ore is. That's where all of that stuff is that the constructor has to pull from. So it makes sense that all your resources would go in a really big container. But yeah, it doesn't make sense for your output to be that big. So I feel like most outputs can honestly just be a cargo box. And that might be what I do. I don't know. Maybe I'll do like 120k cargo output, but I'm more leaning towards boxes. I just think, I mean, when you go get like an extra large thruster, you go get all these other things. An XXL thruster, extra large thruster. So, you get these a lot in survival and stuff, right? This is how much? Let me see. So, if I was to put this in here. Does it show the weight? Because am I an idiot? I'm not seeing. So, yeah, like 15, 12,000, right? 12,000 is enough to fit in a two block cargo box. So you can have a bunch of boxes that can basically hold this crap that you get from POIs and stuff. You don't really need like a cargo container, but if you do, I've given you 2. So yeah, it's versatile. We'll see how it goes. Oh, the CPU cost is, yeah, nuts. And that's what's upsetting, because honestly, like, it's the only good looking CV thruster is the extra large. Like, I don't like the mediums because they flare out, but this one looks so good, like, flared in. Like, that just looks amazing. Oh my god, if I could have that in there, that would be so sexy, man. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. I think we've accomplished some stuff. Happy with this. Now we gotta kind of tighten things up a little bit here. Now that we know our thrusters, let's go ahead and give it another flight here. Yeah, I mean we can hover, we can lift. Yeah, that down's better. See, that down's a lot better now. Turn. That's all we need. And listen, I do really like, there's aspects of the flight system that I do like, and mainly it does fall under the CVs. I think it was always just ridiculous how CVs could just turn on a dime and do all these crazy things. It shouldn't, it's kind of ridiculous, right? Like, it shouldn't be that way. You know, playing a lot of Star Citizen now and stuff, and you know, having like some of the bigger ships like the Carrack or something. Um, that thing takes a bit to move. You know, the Constellation, they take a bit to move. They're not just they don't just turn on a dime. You know, versus fighters and racers that do. So I do like that the certain classes of ship, it's a little more realistic now. Because yeah, I mean to fly the Persis carrier in Alpha 8, you know, you could just turn that thing right away, and you know that's ridiculous. You know, um, I think that you know if you're flying over a lava planet and you have those missile silo POIs and stuff, and those things are hitting you, it shouldn't be easy to just get away from that in some big CV. You know, you should have to think ahead and maybe have forward scouts that are saying, you know, stay away from here. I scouted this. There's some in place turrets. Let's keep our vital stuff away from us and this and that. Or if you're playing solo, same thing. You park your CV in a safe place, or you park it up in space, and you go and you scout the planet in your SV. That makes a lot of sense to me, you know, and it justifies building different things for different missions. If I could just fly around one ship all the time, like if I could just take the rebar and just live out of the rebar and never need anything else, then you've eliminated half, three-quarters of the fun of playing Empyrion, which is literally solving problems with building. So I think it's cool. I do think there's really some cool aspects to this CPU thing. I just think that, it was put out wrong and it was launched wrong and blah, blah, blah. But I think at the end of the day, I think it is going to a good place, in that we have to, we have to build more, which is something that they should be promoting. My only issue is with HVs. HVs need some kind of justification, right? Like the SVs, I think are fine. SVs, they're definitely adding more playability to them. They're giving them more character. They all fly differently, based on how you science it out and how you put your thrust and RCS and all this stuff. And yeah, I'm really happy for it. I just think that HVs need a. I feel that, yeah, I feel so too. I think they're in a good place. Gotta figure out what I'm doing now. Go ahead and get rid of these things. These were just for testing, right? We know we need 4 generators. It's a done deal. Yeah, it's gonna have plenty of room. I think it's gonna be good, man. We're gonna have plenty of room here to do what we want to do. Have the upstairs birthing area and everything. So last stream I was a bit flustered with the whole turning thing and it being asymmetrical. I was worried that I might have to compromise the build style to kind of get it to move properly, but yeah, I think we figured it out. Happy with it. Did a lot of shaping here on the sides and everything, so I think it's a good place to leave it, guys. And yeah, we're gonna continue this on the next stream, and I think we'll go inside and we'll start working on a lot of the internals on the next stream, getting it dialed in. So yeah, look forward to it. As the new update does drop and once it goes stable, I will be shifting directly into Let's Play mode. So we'll be doing the stream, definitely. The build series is not stopping. It's going to be a constant thing where we're going to be building stuff for the workshop, but we are going to also be building stuff for the Let's Play as well. So there's going to be plenty of build series episodes But this is probably all I'm going to be streaming for the foreseeable future. So like Scrap Mechanic, um, all these other things, I probably won't be streaming too much of those. I'm going to really be focusing on Empyrion, and the Let's Play. And then the other things that I am going to be bringing for YouTube is going to be the workshop this week, whatever I'm calling it, weekly workshop review, whatever we end up calling it. We're going to be doing the weekly workshop reviews of, you know, just the random stuff that's on the workshop, highlighting it, you know, giving a tour and looking at the build and seeing, you know, how it stands up. We're going to be doing that once a week. I'm looking at probably Wednesdays doing that. So every Wednesday you'll have a new episode of that. And the other thing is the Patreon spotlight, which we're going to be releasing the first one this week. We're going to be releasing one. So if you're a Patreon supporter of mine, I will highlight a special build that you give me as well. Yeah, kind of a cool way to support and then kind of get your stuff out there as well. Links below if you need more information on that. Also in the Discord under support info. And yeah, that's it, guys. We're gonna leave it there, and I will catch you guys likely tomorrow. We'll be doing the same thing again. Till then, guys, keep on building. I look forward to seeing your guys' stuff in Discord as well. Got some freaking awesome stuff in there. I saw like Siege's build that he's working on, looks really cool. Ascarly's working on his scenario and stuff, which is really cool. And there's a lot of really cool builds kind of being worked on right now. So I think everybody's kind of gearing up for the next patch. I'm excited, man. So I will catch you guys later. Take care.